On this episode of the Turnbuckle, Daniel Cormier is guest refereeing the Fight Pit match at WWE Extreme Rules. Jerry finds in favor of Randy Orton's tattoo artist in a lawsuit against WWE and Take-Two Interactive. Brock Lesnar's next WWE opponent could be a massive surprise. And AEW is no longer airing on Space in Mexico. I gotta make sure I say that right. In South and Central America. Folks, it's time to hit a Vader bomb into some wrestling news because it's time for the Turnbuckle. Former UFC heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier will guest referee the Fight Pit match between Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins at Extreme Rules. On Saturday evening, Ariel Helwani broke the news on Twitter that Cormier would that Cormier would be the guest referee at Extreme Rules, which take place on October 8th. Helwani also released a statement from Cormier. Quote, the Rollins-Riddle feud has gotten very intense and personal, the statement reads. There's only one person qualified enough to oversee this brutal match at Extreme Rules, and it's me. I'll see you guys in Philly next Saturday. WWE later commented on Twitter that more information will be revealed on Raw on Monday. I don't really know what more information needs to be revealed. Unless it's revealed that Daniel Cormier is like Seth Rollins' dad, I don't really know what else we really need to say about this. So... on one hand, I want to know why, right? I'm very confused as to why this is happening. But on the other hand, I completely understand why this is happening. Like, I know the exact reason for why this is happening. And I'll tell you the exact reason why this is happening. Money. More money for WWE. I need to elaborate on that, right? So if you get a famous person in a thing, more people will look and go, oh, famous person, here, money, So this is supposed to be like, I assume, like a dangerous match. It's supposed to be hardcore and all that stuff, right? It makes sense. It's Extreme Rules. I don't see what Daniel Cormier has to do with anything in regards to this. I really don't. But it makes sense why he's here, because it puts more eyes, more so on the product than it does on the match itself. And it's Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle, so I know the match is going to be great. And I doubt that, I say that, but at the same time, it's like, what is he going to do? Because me personally, I don't want him to do anything. He can be in the match, sure, let him be in the match. I don't want him to do anything. I don't want him to punch Matt Riddle or punch Seth Rollins, and then that creates a storyline down the line. We don't. I don't know how to say this, man. I really don't know how to say it. We don't need this, but I don't need it. But then other people could be like, oh, Daniel Cormier, and it's like, okay, but you're not necessarily focusing on the match then. You're just like, oh, it's Daniel Cormier, that's why I'm going to watch it. Which I assume means that he's got to do something. You know how, certain people will watch sports, but not because of, the craft and all that. They'll watch it because all of the players are cute or whatever. They're not watching it for the reason that it's on. They're watching it just to sort of, satiate themselves. I feel like people are going to tune in and be like, Daniel Cormier, and that's it. I can be reading too much into it, and I feel like I am, and you know what? That's okay. So, hopefully, listen, this has nothing to do with Rollins and Riddle. This has nothing to do with them. They are going to have the match. It's going to be an absolute fucking barn burner, no matter what. I just think that they're throwing Daniel Cormier in there because it's, it's not even, Matt Riddle is the closest to UFC, and he hasn't even done that in fucking years. But you know what? Money and recognition. So it makes sense. Next, we're going to talk about the jury and how it finds in favor of Randy Orton's tattoo artist in a lawsuit against WWE and Take-Two Interactive. A jury ruled in favor of a tattoo artist over WWE and those behind the WWE 2K video game series, finding that the defendants infringed on her copyrights when her tattoos were used for Randy Orton's model in the video game. PW Insider reported Friday that the jury, based in the U.S. District Court's Southern District of Illinois, had found that the defendants failed to prove that the tattoos were fair use, and Catherine Alexander, the plaintiff, was right in going for damages. Two other rulings by the jury determined that Alexander was entitled to just $3,750 for the usage of her designs in the game. The defendants in the trial included WWE, publisher of the 2K series Take-Two Interactive Software, 2K Games Incorporated, 2K Sports Incorporated, and developers Visual Concepts Entertainment, Yuxco Limited, and Limited? I don't think that's what it, I think it's Limited. LTD? Limited? and Ukes LA Incorporated. Judge Stacey M. Yandel ruled on September 26th that WWE and Take-Two had copied 5 of Alexander's tattoos that she had valid trademarks on. Alexander was denied a summary judgment, and instead a jury decided the amount of damages. Alexander originally filed suit in 2018 saying that she had performed the tattoo work on Orton between 03 and 08. She had previously contacted WWE about material featuring her work, saying that WWE offered her $450 fee for the rights. According to the suit, she rejected that offer and, quote, told WWE that plaintiff did not grant any permission to WWE to copy, duplicate, or otherwise use or reproduce any of plaintiff's designs. Now, at first, right, my first thought was like, this is Randy Orton. This isn't like Joe Uppercut down the street. This is Randall Keith Orton. He's been in the WWE for quite some time, and WWE, this isn't the first time WWE has made a WWE-related video game, right? Obviously, WWE is going to be like, all right, Randy Orton. Well, we can't just fucking put a gray player model in place of Randy Orton. We're going to need to make him look like Randy Orton. So what does Randy Orton have a lot of, okay? Hair's not one of them, especially back in fucking, 08, 09, okay? He was a fucking skinhead, all right? Tattoos, right? Randy has a lot of tattoos. Let's put all the tattoos that Randy had, because Randy's not gonna fucking pop up in SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 and just have no fucking sleeve. That doesn't make any sense, right? So let's put all the tattoos on him and bow, there we go, he's in the game, right? But on the other hand, if I'm a tattoo artist and I take all that goddamn time doing all that, right? And then they put him in the game and they don't necessarily credit me, I'm gonna be a little bit upset about it. So, me personally, I feel as though that they both should have came to each other at the same time and been like, hey, I want credit, and WWE would be like, hey, we want Randy's tattoos. And they should have come to some sort of agreement, which I assume they did, which is where the $400 fee came from. And I assume that's kind of how this whole thing started, because she wasn't being properly compensated for the money that she was making. So I understand that, she came and was like, hey, fucking, what are you doing? Hey, give me my gosh darn money, all right? I don't know. It just feels like they both sort of like disregarded the fact that Randy is a WWE wrestler and he's going to be in a WWE video game. And they both just somehow forgot that, like, if you're going to put somebody in a if you're going to do anything with anybody, you want to have detail, But again, that's the thing with the $400. So look, the right person won. WWE didn't get away with not crediting the tattoo artist, and the tattoo artist actually made away with a lot more money than she was initially given. So, high fives all around, boys. Next, we're going to be talking about Brock Lesnar and his next opponent and how massive it could be. While speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that Brock Lesnar's next opponent could be none other than UFC legend Daniel Cormier. That's right. His name has been mentioned many times as potentially being a commentator on SmackDown. Fox loves him from when he did the UFCs, but he's with ESPN, so it becomes kind of tricky. Although you can get that done, but they have McAfee, and McAfee's their guy. I can't read, and I think they see McAfee as a bigger celebrity than Cormier. Daniel Cormier will serve as special guest referee for the fight pit match between Rollins and Matt Riddle Extreme Rules on October 8th. We will have to wait and see whether he will end up facing off against Brock Lesnar as well or not. He might. There's a chance that he might, because they did the exact same thing with Cain Velasquez, and that happened in Saudi Arabia, and it was under the thumb of Vince McMahon, and the match was bad, and then Cormier left. I mean, not Cormier, and then Velasquez he left, and then he got arrested, and that was pretty much the end of that. And you're putting Brock Lesnar in a ring because he's a UFC fighter in the same ring with another UFC fighter, because they're UFCs. They're UFC, so make them do the UFC in the ring, because UFC. Like Ronda Rousey and I almost call her Sonya Blade. Sonya Deville, UFC. They in the UFC, and Shayna Baszler, UFC. Guys, UFC. They punch and kick, and sometimes they bend. Ooh, UFC. Okay. There's really nothing I can say. And also, I mean, to be fairly honest with you, there's really no, way of knowing if this is actually going to happen. But, don't be mad at it, because it's going to happen. This is the same thing. Remember the Battle of the Billionaires? This is just something that's going to happen. It's just going to happen. All right? It's just going to happen. You're going to have fucking Cardi B and fucking, I don't know, fucking Tyson Fury. You're just gonna have people show up in WWE, and not because WWE wants them there, but more so of like a, hey, look, but look at the guy here. He's famous, and we are wrestling, but he is famous here in the wrestling. Or you should come here to watch him. Oh no, you have to sit through an entire wrestling show. Oh, the horror. Hey, we're live on this day. You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole marketing thing. So on one end, I can be upset because it just feels like they're sort of like shilling out, not selling out. It just, I don't know how to put it. To be fairly honest with you, it just feels as though like WWE is like, look, our product is not getting as many views as it used to, and we're not on the mainstream. So in order to do that, let's put guy from mainstream in WWE because he mainstream, and now we mainstream. Yes? Smart. Genius. I can't even get mad at them. I can't. It just feels like they're not doing it out of like, it just feels like they're not doing it because like they want to. They're doing it because like they know that if they don't, then their company is just going to slowly start dipping again, you know? Finally, AEW content no longer airing on Space in Mexico, South, and Central America. AEW no longer be airing through broadcaster Space in several countries, including Mexico, South America, and Central America. The company on Friday posted a message on social media saying they will no longer air on Space in Mexico. Oh my God. Air on Space in Mexico, South America, Central America, and the Caribbean. Because I'm trying my hardest not to say they will not air in space, because man, can you fucking imagine if AEW aired in space? That'd be amazing. So Space will continue to air AEW content in Brazil, however. Okay, quote, "To our fans in Mexico, South America, Central America, and the Caribbean, we want to thank you for watching AEW on Space," the statement reads. However, we have an update to share. As of September 30th, AEW content will no longer be available on Space, with the exception of Brazil. Starting October 1st, you can continue watching AEW programming on AEW Plus. AEW Plus will exclusively stream all of AEW's weekly shows, including AEW Dynamite, Rampage, Dark Elevation, and Battle of the Belts. AEW Plus is accessed through Fight TV for viewers in select countries that do not have TV deals with the company. That just sounds like I have to pay for it then. It sounds like I have to then... Unfortunately, this subscription offering is not available in your territory. Great. So even if I wanted to watch it, I couldn't. Select territories, by the way. Select countries that do not have TV deals with the company. Okay. Well, not only do I not have the TV deal anymore, it's not in my select countries, so now I don't have any AEW coverage whatsoever. Great. I mean, that pretty much sums it up right there, to be fairly honest with you. I don't even need to say anything else. Great. Well, at least I have AEW. Oh, it's not in my territory. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to pirate it from a backdoor website then, if I want to watch it. Or I will just stop watching the product as a whole, because I do not have any way to actually watch it. And that, folks, that's it. To be honest, that is it. Books closed on that one. You're done. Man. I also heard that AEW has dwindling... If you can hear, like, what sounds like peeing in the background, it's not peeing. I swear, okay, I promise. I'm not fucking draining the main vein while I'm recording. It's just, it's raining a lot around us, so the basement's not, like, flooding. It's just, like... It's just the water and the runoff and all that. That's pretty much it, okay? I'm not piddling. I'm not piddling on the floor. All right. So that's pretty much it. What did we talk about? Daniel Cormier is guest refereeing the Fight Pit match in Extreme Rules. Great. That, sure, fine. I mean, yeah. Jury has found in favor of Randy Orton's tattoo artist in the lawsuits against WWE Takeover Interactive. Good. The right person actually came out on that one, and they didn't just walk away with like pocket change, you know, and it also didn't perpetuate WWE shitty behavior. Brock Lesnar could be fighting Daniel Cormier again. Sure. Why not? I'm not upset by it. I just want to preface this that I'm not upset by it. It just comes off as WWE being like, man, we really need a lot of viewers, so let's just get some random schmuck off the side of the road who's really, really well known by random people and then just throw him in front of the fucking camera. If Daniel Cormier, right, if the match happened and Daniel Cormier just stood in front of the hard cam and just stared there and didn't do anything, I'd be like, yes, that is exactly what WWE wants Daniel Cormier to do. Because they want people to be like, oh shit, there's Daniel Cormier, and that's it. And AEW will no longer be airing AEW will no longer be airing AEW related content on space in Mexico, South and Central America, and also the Caribbean. So, I mean, if you like AEW and you're in any of those places, tough fucking luck. Folks, I want to give a shout out to everybody who stopped by. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful tonight and a wonderful tomorrow. And as always, big hugs. Big hugs all around.